Yo, so this is something that has been on my mind for I want to say the last month, man. We're currently like, pretty much almost towards the end of February 2026. And, I'm just sitting up here, I'm asking myself, man, like, yo, am I the bad guy for just wanting to smash, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, seriously, though. Because think about this, right? Sometimes you meet somebody, right? Great person, great vibes, like y'all cool, think they're attractive, yeah, they have good energy, you have certain interests, but sometimes you don't line up enough for it to make sense to take this into a relationship, like boyfriend girlfriend type of relationship. So when that's the case, where is the problem in just enjoying the situation for what it is, right? That's where we kind of get like these situationships, and people have tend to like demonize the whole notion of having a situationship, friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, man, like there's nothing wrong with it if you genuinely aren't connected on that level to where you can take it to a relationship, boyfriend girlfriend type of status. Yo, like there's nothing wrong with just keeping it at the friends with benefits type of situation. I think so too many times, especially as I'm starting to get older, you start to see a lot of girls, especially like your peers, right? I would say I'm in my mid 20s. So I'm 25 right now. Um, and these days, yeah, it's like everybody's trying to get into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to date seriously. And it's like, dude, like, I don't see you like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're cool, but like, it's like, come on, like, I'm even surprised you want to take it that far, yo. You know what I'm saying? Some people I will not text you for a week and then like, you know what I'm saying, I hit you up again and then, to like try to take you out or like to smash or whatever. And like we do that and you're still trying to see what we are. It's like, yo, isn't it abundantly clear that we're just mutually, casually just fucking around? Like, why? I just don't understand why things need to be taken to that next step, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's always like, especially now that I'm older, I'm starting to realize it's always like girls past like 25. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the whole clock thing is a thing. People like to say, oh, women have their biological clock that there working by, and they want to, have kids, raise a family, secure the right guy for whatever purpose they would want to do that for. And it's like I get it, but like at the same time, it's like, are you doing it because it's something you genuinely want to do, or are you doing it to fulfill the status quo of being in a relationship? I genuinely feel like a lot of people are just being or putting themselves within relationships just for the sake of being in a relationship. You know what I mean? And so many women I feel like have been told or taught that like, yo, you can't have a certain amount of bodies. You know what I'm saying? You can't have, you can't have sex with a certain amount of guys or else you're going to be viewed in a certain way, or you can't get married in the future. And it's like, dog, like that is such baloney, bro. Anybody you see today who's married, like guaranteed, if they're in the same age range, right, like if they're 2 to 3 years apart, it doesn't matter what it is. More times than not, the woman is going to have more bodies than her male counterpart. You know what I mean? And I know people like to point to like a lot of figures and say, oh, well, the statistics say this. And it's like, I'll genuinely tell you right now, bro, those statistics are going off of what's reported, right? And as we all should probably know by now, a lot of guys are probably going to be increasing their numbers compared to their female counterpart. So if you have that in mind, like, you know what I'm saying, why wouldn't a dude on a stat sheet, be presented as having more bodies than his female counterpart? You know what I mean? No woman is gonna actually tell you her real body count, bro. So I just think that's stupid. I think if you're a 22-year-old and you're dating a girl that's 22, on average, I would assume she has a higher body count. You know what I mean? But anyways, I don't even know why I went on that rant. All that being said, like I think having those small mutual connections and interactions, you know, whether it be situationships, friends with benefits, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, bro. In fact, I think sometimes you need something like that. Like, you don't need to go from relationship to relationship or from single to relationship. You can go from single to situationship to relationship, or relationship to breakup, situationship, then single. You know what I mean? Like, there are different stages, and people like to just jump into shit, man. And maybe it just has to do with where I'm currently located. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the Midwest right now. I'm in Minnesota. It feels like people here, I'm not going to say everybody, because I've had some good times. You know, some people that are just down to smash or whatever, you know, and that's good for the time being. Some people that are strictly looking for relationships. But I feel like there isn't really much of that middle ground, or at least not enough of it, of people who are like, just like, hey, I'm just going with the flow right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here. Whatever happens, happens. People say that, right? Like, they'll say, oh, no, you know, whatever happens, happens. But then, like, when y'all start getting down with the get down, it's like, okay, well, what are we? And it's like, nigga, I thought we was just here for the good time. What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? Like people, yeah, we make this life way more complicated than it needs to be, dog. Like, at the end of the day, man, we're nothing but just consciousness within, flesh, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not real, bro. This reality, it's all a mental projection. You know what I'm saying? We're taking it a little more serious than it really is. And, granted, I mean, we're here for a little bit, a few decades. Well, I guess it depends on what your definition of a few decades are. Most people live to like, what is it, 70, 80, something like that, you know what I mean? We're only here for a good amount of decades, dog, not even up to a century, you know what I'm saying? And if you really think about it, that's not that long of a time. So it's like, yo, like, just relax and enjoy for what it is, bruh. Yo, sometimes I'm just trying to smash, and I'm not gonna feel sorry because you feel a type of way about it, bro. If you're not with it, that's cool, but just say, hey, that's not what I'm into, instead of making it a whole thing. And it's like, well, shit, how could you not read the fucking room? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I went on a little bit of a ramble, but let me know what y'all think about anything I've said down in the comments, if it's something relatable. If not, bro, if you're looking at me and saying like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, I can't find any situation, similar to anything you're describing, let me know that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my experience, my reality is not gonna be consistent or relatable to everybody. So I'm genuinely curious to know if anybody, especially if you're in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? Early 20s to late 20s, let me know, man. How are y'all navigating this current landscape of dating? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was much easier when I was in college because we all know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really there looking for a serious. I mean, people were, but like, it's like, dude, like, we're all broke. We're all like, you know what I'm saying? We're all here like to get an education, but it was all like, it was never really like that serious to where, like it is once you graduate, high school or college, you go into the real world with people within the workforce. Now you're starting to see like, you know what I'm saying? People are just, I don't know. I'm just rambling, bro. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, man.